keep saying the same thing at the end of every
What's your
segment.
amazing segue into Mario Tennis?
Well,
Yeah.
Mario Power Tennis was great on the GameCube, and maybe they filed this whole patent to get us to
Just
play
to
some
do that.
Mario Power Tennis. And if you're going to play your Mario Power Tennis on your Switch 2, you have to make sure you play the prequel, which was Mario Tennis 64, or you're not going to understand the story at all. How's
I
that?
have to say, I completely when I booted it up, I forgot it had an opening cutscene, and it was just great.
Oh yeah.
I loved
Yeah, they
everything
went for
about
it
it.
that generation. The Mario Party games have a storyline, which is like they just thought it was
Well,
necessary.
if you're listening and you haven't booted up Mario Tennis for N64 in a while, it kind of has a little prologue where Wario and Waluigi are like in a rivalry with Mario and Luigi, and like all of a sudden, like
Well, it's
all the other
Waluigi's debut too.
it is, yeah. And then all the other characters show up, Donkey Kong, the princesses and stuff, and then the sky gets dark and Bowser shows up and you think something's gonna happen, and he's just like, "Oh, you guys are playing tennis? I'm down for that." And I just like how misleading the whole thing is, and I'm like, I think that's what the modern sports games are missing is some ridiculous through line like that.
So Mario Tennis came out July 2000 in Japan and August 2000 in North America. Like we said, it introduced Waluigi. It brought back Princess Daisy, who had last been seen in NES Open Tournament Golf and Super Mario Land, and that was it. Sean and I were just talking before we started the show about how it's weird that Daisy's not in any of the Luigi's Mansion games.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very selective about when they put her in a game.
Yeah, we need more Daisy. Daisy it up.
Like Peach Showtime. Like, why isn't she the other playable character? Like they went together or something. But
You remember how big a deal they made out of her being in Mario Wonder?
oh yeah, that was gigantic.
It's like, yeah,
But
it's great that she's here. She should be here more.
yeah, I thought I have to say the original Mario Tennis has a pretty solid roster. Although I don't. Who are the unlockable characters?
Let me see. I've got a full roster here.
Okay,
Um,
because I didn't unlock anybody yet, but I was
okay,
like, oh,
so the
there's two unlockables.
full roster of Mario Tennis. Let me make sure this is specifically Nintendo 64. Yep. Mario, Wario, Luigi, Waluigi, Peach, Daisy, Baby Mario, Toad, Yoshi, Birdo, Donkey Kong, Bowser, Paratroopa, Boo, Donkey Kong Jr., which is another one that's like back from
Okay, so he
obscurity.
must be unlockable because
Yeah, that's got to be his first appearance since like the NES, Donkey Kong Jr., because he's not in the country games.
he's Mario Kart was the last.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
You're right.
Because you didn't have regular Donkey Kong in that game, so he's going to be unlockable. Okay,
You got Shy Guy. And then you've got these disposable four. That I don't know if you had to link. Yeah, these are transfer pack characters. So
okay, so these are the game.
if you
Boy.
paired it with the Game Boy version, you could get Alex, Harry, Nina, and Kate,
Right.
who are just people, just regular, run of the mill
And
NPC people.
And is Alex the one that's in the story mode? It's been too long now.
I think so. Of the Game Boy
Yeah,
game.
right. I think so. It's unique that this game has 16 playable characters, which to me feels like a lot, while Mario Power Tennis 2004 has 20. Mario Tennis Aces on Switch has 30. So, you started,
It's got
Sean.
this sweet spot. Yeah, like I know that's a thing that's big with Kevin is rosters getting out of hand.
Well, so I mainly feel that with fighting games, because the thing is with fighting games, you end up repeating a lot of the same move sets and like fighting styles, and I feel like each character should be completely unique in a fighting game. And like, you to use Street Fighter, as the gold standard. Like, I guess you could argue that Chun-Li's kick is like E Honda's slap move, but and you got Ken and Ryu, but for the most part, it's like Ryu doesn't control anything like Dalsim. You know what I mean? Uh, Vega is completely different than Bullrog. Blanca completely different than E Honda. So uh, that's how I feel like fighting games
Okay,
should be. But
okay.
a tennis game, um, yeah, I don't know if it matters because everyone's just swinging a racket. So
But
uh, I guess you got speeds, different speeds in there, and different like
It's
power.
different speed, power.
But
People have
yeah,
different abilities, but yeah, I
there's
mean,
only so much you can adjust that.
yeah, I
I,
think it's kind of cool that like this is the first Mario Tennis, and it's just got like different types of courts basically, and then the ring mode and the Bowser mode, and that's it. Like
yeah.
it's very uniform, simple, and I was thinking about it, and I like that they keep experimenting and adding different like modes to the newer ones. But for some reason, the simplicity of this one makes it so much more fun to me.
For for some reason, and it's been a long time since I've played the Switch version, or Tennis Aces is what I should say, is that I'm not sure if in Tennis Aces if it's the lack of content, or it's the lack of focus, or it's the incorrect focus on what that game should have been, because there might have been a lot of things in the game which I could call content, but God, I thought it was boring. I thought the new game was boring. Where when I had when I played this game now, the N64 Mario Tennis, or when I played it when I was a kid, like the mini games feel like there's like an endless amount of like replayability to them, because you can.
Yeah.
Because you can always do better. You can always get a better score, and sometimes it's not easy as well. So, I mean,
And I
have you guys played the new like the other tennis games more recently, and do you feel like there's a lack of focus or a lack of
So
content anywhere?
my go-to's this one as far as Mario Tennis, and I
mhm.
Aces. I played the demo. The Wii one I liked, but that was kind of because it had the motion controls. I don't know if I played the GameCube one at all.
I agree with what you're saying though about the different like mini games and stuff. That's something I feel like Mario Golf could have benefited more from. They kind of only really have that mini golf mini game,
Mm.
and that's it. Where they could have had you hitting golf balls through rings and hitting targets and stuff like exactly like this tennis game does. But I can't remember if I think Mario Golf came out first, so maybe this was just them coming up with
Well,
more
it's the
ideas.
same developers, so I
Yeah, but I
think
think golf came out first, so maybe
yeah, golf came out first, and maybe they were
this was
like,
like,
hey,
this is what we should have done there. Let's add them all to this
yeah.
tennis game.
But I really like Mario Golf on 64. I don't know, 64 is like the sweet spot for the sports games for some reason.
64 is the sweet spot for party fun multiplayer games, which is it's probably one of the many reasons why like that nostalgia has stuck so heavily to like where it's like too much sometimes to me. But I just think that like N64, probably GameCube was perfect for like just making a really good multiplayer experience, because in this game, I mean, you can play co-op, you can play against each other, you can
Yeah,
play
yeah.
singles, you can play doubles. And then when you throw in 16 characters, then you just have like so many different kinds of combinations and game styles that you can play.
So my favorite match I played, because I Donkey Kong is pretty good in this one. The other ones he varies, but it was me versus Boo, and I don't know why, but I was consistently slamming him in the face with the ball through the whole match, and that's how I won. And it was really really good, but I'm still not that great at the game. Like the second
There's
it's
also something about the Nintendo 64 where stuff like that is especially funny. I
yeah,
feel like I feel like later systems, I don't know if we just got too the graphics got too good or what, but like this was like the last system where I remember just like stupid things like hitting someone in the face with a tennis ball was entertaining
I
enough to keep
I
going.
think in the way reason it works in this game is because there's no reaction by the character. It just dead stops, hits them, and drops to the ground, and that's it.
Well, I
So
remember us laughing a lot about that exact thing in GoldenEye back in the day. Like you'd shoot someone in the shoulder and they would just still stand on guard like nothing happened.
well,
Hmm.
I remember. I think it was maybe the first time we played this. We just thought it was hilarious watching Wario walk slow.
Yeah.
Like we were just
Right.
going back and forth. Like it was just I don't know. But yeah, I'm still not good at it. Like I got to the second tournament, and for some reason, the announcer's like match point, tournament point, whatever. I consistently screw up and just hit the ball right into the net, and I'm like, like,
It's a
come on.
very yeah. I mean, it's definitely an honest game, which is great. Where it's like if you mess up or you do bad, like you can lose. So it is nice when you get a sports game experience that um, it's not artificial in that way. Like you are deciding the outcome. If you hit the net, you get a fault. You mess up.
I guess it's
Uh,
counter Nintendo Sports, but it kind of benefits from not having items and stuff like that in it.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No,
Tennis
totally.
Aces, Tennis Aces was like that, where I just felt like, especially where I felt like it
Not
was
everything
too.
needs to be Mario Kart. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where like I felt like it was too much, and then it had a story mode which was so incredibly bland. Um, so I'm getting kind of depressed talking about it because I hope Nintendo figures it out.
yeah.
I don't know what that is, but there's almost no good sports games on Switch. So the opportunity is there for us to have like a really good like Mario Sluggers game again, or
Oh
or, or,
yeah.
or, or something of the sort,
I'm
where it's
oddly in the
just
mood for Mario basketball to come back.
yeah, like
They've
like
only
like
done
just
that
have
what once,
They
yeah.
did two. They did
two of
Mario
them.
3-on-3 on the 3DS.
Okay.
We talked about them last week, and there was I forget what the other one was called.
Yeah, that was the main one. Did they have it in the sports mix also? I don't
I
know,
think it
but
was in the sports mix. Yeah, I'm. You know what? I can go back to last week's notes. It's in there. Continue talking.
so I don't know what it is. Like this generation of sports games by far was the worst,
Yeah, it was
and
in sports mix.
it would just be a good opportunity to have sports games that are fun, funny, unserious, meant for all types of players, whether you are big into sports games or not. But I I don't have a solution though for how they. It's probably a mix of things. I'd love to see a Mario. I'd love to see a Nintendo or Mario Sports RPG. Something like that. But um, depressing way
So
of ending it. But I had a blast playing this game.
I found a really cool trivia fact. Well, cool is in the eye of the beholder, but I found it interesting. And it says here that the toad that appears in the main menu is the most detailed model of a Mario character in any Nintendo 64 game. At 109 at 1948 triangles, the model features more polygons than even a full set of characters in a doubles match.
That's crazy. That is
They put all
interesting.
their
Like
detail into this menu toad.
we need this toad to look really good.
Did did any of you do any research or about Camelot and that decision?
No,
Nope.
did you?
Nope.
Oh,
but
I
but
mean, I
like
tried. I should say I tried. If you're referring to like why it was added to the Switch Online, yeah, I tried to find it. I couldn't
what,
find anything.
no, I mean
no,
Camelot for Mario Tennis.
he means the
Oh,
developers.
oh,
So I wasn't specific, but Camelot being the developer for Mario Tennis, why Nintendo made that decision? I mean, I mean it was the right
Oh
decision, I
yeah,
well, there were
guess.
a
But
lot
like,
of Mario games on the Nintendo 64, so I think that was just their way of being like, we want all the Mario we can get, because for some reason we're not going to make a Mario 64 2, even though they did at one point have that in development. But yeah, I think it was just part of trying to get as much Mario as they could. So does anyone want to first share their ranking for this game?
sure. I like angering everyone. I get it at number 11, so it's under Link's Awakening and above Ice Hockey because I don't know, it's just fun. I don't get sick of it.
I mean, ice hockey is a good game. I was actually just talking at work the other day about wanting to replay that and baseball. They're just oddly like very simplistic, very great, good games. This one's definitely got more going on than ice hockey, but yeah, I could see it. Is what I'm saying.
uh,
I put it
well,
more close to other Nintendo 64 classic. I ranked it just above Yoshi's Story, and that put it right below Musha on the Sega Genesis, which I really liked that on rail shooter game. So yeah, this is a little bit better than Yoshi's Story in my opinion.
what number is that?
Oh, sorry, that is 16.
Okay, so top 20.
All right, and I put it way up at number 7.
Oh wow,
Oh,
I'm
so I'm the lowest one.
so
that,
so
that's
in
that's really wow. You really
It's in
like it.
everyone's top 20 though.
Yeah, so this is below Super Mario Brothers 2, which honestly there's a huge gap. like there is a humongous gap between those two games. Because Mario Brothers 2 is just awesome. And then it's right above Super Mario World. I think there's enough here as a sports game, and there's enough content, and there's enough nostalgia, and just it's by far my favorite multiplayer game we've played. If you take out like the 2D Mario games and don't consider those multiplayer, but it's
Okay,
by by far my favorite multiplayer experience that we've played so far. I can't remember if this game I put in my top 5 Nintendo sports games when we did that like a year ago. So it's high up there for me. I'm happy about it.
well it should make you happy.